All right. Good afternoon. Tim, Chesapeake RV Solutions for Tim's Tech Tip. The tip for today, how's Jack? Jacks, really? How is Jack? I'm going to talk about manual jacks and electric jacks, fifth wheel jacks. You know, I see a lot of manual jacks up there. Of course, you want to crank them up all the way. But I see a lot of people putting these cordless drills on there, running up there, tightening them all the way up. That's too tight. They're not made to be that tight when they're cranked up. If you do, use the manual handle, just take it up so it takes 30 seconds. That's not the end of life. Loosen it up a turn. Put some silicone spray on that screw. Not grease. Grease collects dirt, binds the screw up. Little silicone, it'll run smooth forever for you. Silicone the joints where the plates are, where it hits the ground, and the top. And you take care of your jack, and Jack will take care of you. Now I'm going to go into the front jack. Same thing, it's got the handle, you wind it all the way up. If you're sitting there spinning it all the way up and it's at the top and you got it tight to the top, loosen that back up a half a turn. Put the arm down at the bottom. Keep it loose. Not a lot of maintenance on those. Some of them have a Zerk fitting for some grease. If it does, grease it once a year. Take care of Jack, and Jack will take care of you. All right, now I'm going to go on to electric jacks that may be on a travel trailer like this one right here. Electric jacks. You hit a button and the jacks go down. No problem. Same thing, a little silicone spray on all the moving parts once in a while. Doesn't collect sand, road debris, but lubes up the joints so it'll come up and down smoothly. Those electric jacks, though, are powered by a battery. We went over batteries once before, but a battery is a fully charged battery. If you don't have power, start your truck up. Your truck will charge the battery enough to move your jacks up and down. And you'll notice it's easy to take those jacks up all the way with the button. By holding the button down, it'll take it all the way to the end. Once again, extend the jack. Don't leave them wound all the way up. Take them down a half inch. Not going to hurt anything. That's how you take care of your jack, but that jack has a fuse. It does. If your battery's low, you can easily blow the fuse. An intermittent electric jack can be an auto reset fuse. Some have a manual. It's that little gray 1 inch by 1 inch circuit breakers that are sometimes by the battery or in the front storage area of a travel trailer. Each motor, the front and rear, could have its own circuit breaker. And what's interesting, if you're going to do a manual override on an electric jack, you have to disconnect the power. So if you rotate that motor with a manual override, that electric motor is going to make electricity. If you have power still on the unit, it'll backfeed. And it's not good to do that. So if you're going to use a manual override for an electric jack, disconnect all power. All right, now here we go. I'm going to talk about fifth wheels. Jacks, electric jacks on fifth wheels. You know, pretty much the same. Don't wind everything up, crank it up so high on your front jacks when you're putting it on the truck. If you wind them up tight or they wind themselves up tight, lower them down a little bit. Let them be free. Don't grease your jacks on a fifth wheel. They may all be electric, and if they're down, you don't grease that outside of that leg that's coming inside the other, telescoping out. Silicone spray right there. Silicone spray is perfect for all your fifth wheel jacks. Don't wind them all the way up. If you don't have enough power, it will blow a fuse. Low voltage, high amps, blows any of those breakers we talked about. I've seen over the years, the breakers blow so many times on a fifth wheel, it's unreal. They'll wear out. Battery's low, start the truck up again and plug the unit in and run your jacks. Typically, that's the best thing to do. It's also how you should run a slide. Plugged in, battery running, truck running, any option you have, generator running, something to power those jacks up. Fifth wheel, same thing though. If you can do a manual override, disconnect power. And what I'll do is on a separate video, we'll go over fifth wheels resetting the fifth wheel leveling system. It's not complicated, but if it gets hyperextended, one leg goes in a hole, throws the system into a fault code. But that'll take some time to explain that. So basically, jacks, watch out for low power. Look for the breakers. If you use manual override, disconnect power. Make sure you got proper power. Take care of Jack, and Jack will take care of you. Have a good day. See ya.